And the mayor's Office of Immigrant Advancement joined Presley around 2 p.m. for opening remarks. Maroney Minter, an immigrant born in Gabon, Gabon, spoke about 2 state legislative efforts to improve legal access for immigrants and protecting immigrants' right to seek justice without being questioned about their immigration status. Trump was promised mass deportation on migrants on day 1, and I think he has set that into motion. Go ahead with the clip.
Trump may have won the November election, but the movement continues.
A breakfast to honor the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr., taking place moments before a new president takes office.
There could not be a more significant day to reflect on Dr. King's message.
Speakers urging hundreds in attendance to keep fighting for marginalized communities, concerned what the Trump administration will do.
As Martin King said 57 years ago this April, we've got some difficult days ahead. Difficult, but not impossible.
But we can do a lot of good right here in Massachusetts.
Philip Hillman is co-chair of the Greater Boston Interfaith Organization.
We need to remember the legacy. We need to remember how we got here. I'm expecting better of this country. I'm not excited about where we are right now, but we have an opportunity to move to a better place.
Knowing that we are here and we're not going anywhere.
For Patrice Miller and Brittany Summons, this gathering is about unity.
And it's happening on a day that is scary for some individuals, terrifying even, and we're able to stand in our power united.
I know I wanted to be here to celebrate him, to celebrate our history, to celebrate and also give each other support and encouragement as we move forward.
A community finding comfort in each other and Martin Luther King's message.
This work will not be easy. Dr. King did not win every fight, but he was never defeated.
In Boston, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you.
We'll be all right, man. We'll be all right.
Hope so.
We'll be all right.
What's you guys' predictions now that it's happened and he's here? How you guys feel?
I don't feel well.
I don't feel in the moment.
I don't feel well.
Yeah, I don't think I feel any type of thing because I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, and that's what it's just anxiety. It's anxiety. Nobody knows anything, and it's just anxiety.
I know, like I said earlier, all I'm doing is urging my people, please go get yourself strapped up. Learn gun. What is it? What's the terminology?
Get your gun license. Gun safety.
Gun safety.
Yeah, gun safety.
Learn gun safety because them other folks they prepared. Bro.
Yeah, even yesterday, yesterday we went to Walmart yesterday, and we were just walking through Walmart, and it just felt different. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, I don't know. I think that the crack is gonna start coming through the cracks now, and it's just gonna be a
shit's about to hit the fan.
No, I don't. We don't know. We don't know. Let's not talk that. But let's just pray, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, pray, and please, I urge everybody to inform their children, your younger generations about politics. They need to be involved and not naive.
I told Noah yesterday. I said, this is Trump's America now. We got to move different.
Yesterday for the Lit Mix, I just did I played a little bit of a project that I did maybe almost 15 years ago called Yes We Can. And it was a tribute to Obama. And there's a song with Jay-Z talking about it. And it's still relevant to this day where he's talking about people not registering to vote, not, utilizing their rights. And it's not right because these people, they do that. They utilize their rights and then we get effed. So please, Black people, get involved in your local politics. That's one way we could help change.
Yeah, Eben said in the comments, it's scary how this is not the first time that we had a crappy president. Yeah, but this is the first time that we've had something to this magnitude. This is different. This is not when Bush went into office. This is not even when Trump went into office the first time. This is a very, very, very different time right now. And it's definitely, if you're not scared, that's dope for you. But I think that the majority...
Don't be scared, John. Don't be scared. Don't show them you're scared. That's what they want to see.
Don't scared.
Yeah.
Speaking of Trump, overly racist mass immigration groups sued Trump administration over plan to end birthright citizenship. He signed that executive order yesterday. Two like the Massachusetts immigration advocacy groups are suing President Donald Trump's administration over his plan to end birthright citizenship. Trump signed executive orders Monday to beef up security at the southern border that began taking effect hours after he was inaugurated. Through executive order, Trump plans to send troops to the U.S.-Mexico border, end asylum access, suspend the refugee program, and end birthright citizenship. A lawsuit filed Tuesday by La Colaborativa, an organization that provides assistance to Massachusetts' Latin population, and the Brazilian Workers Center, said the end of birthright citizenships is overly racist and threatens to harm millions of children and families across the country. It would de-Americanize children and, as a result, deny them precious rights, legal protections, and the benefits that come with them, like access to critical documents such as passports and social security numbers. Affected children would be stripped of their national identity, stigmatized by the government as a class of lesser Americans, and forced to live with the uncertainty and fear that comes with possibility of deportation from their native land. Under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, any persons born within the territory of the U.S. in a U.S. is a U.S. citizen. As legal challenges over the constitutionality of Trump's executive order play out, advocates said there is real fear the mass deportation Trump talked about on the campaign trail will begin at any moment.
Doug and Antoinette, good morning. Overnight, La Colaborativa here in Chelsea filed a joint lawsuit in Massachusetts federal court. Now, it states the executive order is, quote, flagrantly illegal, and says the president does not have the power to decide who becomes a citizen at birth. Now, just after he was sworn in, President Trump declared a national emergency on the southern border, allowing for more armed forces to that region and freeing up resources to build a border wall. He also reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy. It allowed asylum seekers to stay in the U.S. while their cases were considered by immigration courts. Trump also suspended refugee resettlement for 4 months and expedited the removal of people who have sought asylum but don't meet the requirements. While President Trump promised aggressive action on immigration while on the campaign trail, local advocates say the fear of mass deportations is now very real.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
Some of them want to go back home. Some of them want to completely be under the shadows. Some of them don't want to even send their kids to school. I mean, the fear's there.
Now, CNN reports border cities have been preparing for mass deportations for several weeks now. The Mexican federal government set up 25 temporary shelters to receive deportees, and some churches have also expanded their spaces. Now, the new administration says these planned deportations could begin as early as today, but so far there's no details on where and how exactly this will all play out. Reporting live in Chelsea this morning, Matt Reed, WCVB News Center.
Boy, I tell you. Everybody, I'll tell you.
Danielle said to our mom last night, Mommy, you're not scared of getting deported?
And she was quick with it. She was like, they said the kids got to go too.
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yeah. At this point, because I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, even if you've been a citizen for 20.
Yep.
For 50 years.
You and your kids got to go.
You and your kids got to go. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not mad at it.
I'm going.
I hope that the people that voted for this are the ones that get deported.
So, no.
The people that voted for him.
So, I got to dig down in the research.
There are many people who voted for him.
There are. It's funny because what they're saying, like a lot of the Mexicans that are illegal, they were like, there was like this over amount of Mexicans that voted for Trump and stuff. Mm-hmm. They're saying that the legal immigrants that are here are the ones trying to keep the illegal immigrants from coming here. That's them. They're already legal. So the ones that are already legal, who already got their papers and could vote, are the ones who voted for Trump.
Yeah.
So that's where the problem lies. You are voting for Trump to keep your people over there,
right?
What? Because you got here, and then you You don't want nobody.
Not understanding that you can still
exactly.
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Homicide unit investigating after woman's body found in water. I think this lady was missing for a little bit. Homicide detectives are investigating after a body was found floating in the water on Saturday morning near the Andrew McGirdle Bridge in East Boston. Boston police said officers and the Harbor Patrol Unit responded around 7:20 a.m. on Saturday to a radio call reporting an object in the water near the bridge. At the scene, the officers determined the object was the body of an adult woman, police said. Her remains were recovered from the water, and police said homicide detectives responded to the scene. At this time, the victim's identity and age are unknown. The body has been taken to the office of the chief medical examiner and said the investigation remains open. I thought that I had heard that she was missing for a few days too.
Oh, they identified her?
Yeah. I don't know if they identified her yet, but they said, I don't know. Bird flu outbreak in Massachusetts. We got the bird flu, and yes, Trump is back in office. He handles these things so well. Massachusetts environmental and health officials say the bird flu is the suspected cause of death in an outbreak that impacted geese and other wildlife in Plymouth. The bird flu, also known as highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI, or H5N1, rarely affects humans. However, state officials are advising the public to refrain from handling birds or other animals that are dead or appear sick. There are people that do that, huh?
Yeah.
Going, oh, that's a little bird who lost his wing. Let me go take it in my house and put it in my bed.
Yeah, the people bringing in squirrels and raccoons and
that
shit.
That was very terrible. Report sick or dead birds. If you see any wild birds or dead birds around, report it to the animal wildlife or animal control. If any of your domestic pets look like they're sick or that they have died randomly, report that as well. Do not handle any birds, any wildlife or anything like that. Keep your own domestic pets safe by keeping them inside. And don't hunt the geese. Leave the geese alone. What would you be hunting the geese to do?
Oh, I thought you said don't hump the geese, is what I heard you say. And I was like, is that a thing that people do?
While eating wild game meat is generally considered safe, licensed hunters can minimize risk from wildlife diseases by following the best practices when handling or processing game.
Chris said there's a lot of dead birds walking around.
It's true. It's true, Chris. More than 50 homes vandalized on Cape Cod, police said. Yes, people. It's cold, but it's cold. Why are you doing that? It's the Cape. It's super cold. Authorities are investigating after more than 50 homes were vandalized overnight in Cape Cod community. Caller, you're live.
Yo, family.
Hey, Harvey. How are you?
I'm doing great. 2025, I feel like it's going to be a great year. I have no indication of anything that tells me that things will be negative,
Nothing. I'm glad you called.
Yesterday, I don't know.
So yesterday was the inauguration, and we felt it was. I'm glad that you called, and it was needed that you called. How are we looking out here?
All right.
For those that are just tuning in, this is Spark FM's official politics analyst. Javier Lindo.
Well, one of them, Javier Lindo and Carlos Enriquez. Today we have Javier on the line.
I'm a good company. Carlos is the man. Honestly, from my standpoint, I'm not surprised. This is. It feels like if, you did horrible all semester, right? Your report card or your progress report's going to be horrible. When you get home, when your mom sees it, she's going to bust that, right? But, we between election and, Sunday, we were kind of in that moment in between us doing something horribly stupid and punishment. And it looks like now for a lot of people, we're facing that punishment. Fairly early, like a lot earlier than I anticipated. He did implement a number of pretty draconian executive orders. I will say one silver lining to that, these being executive orders, some of the most egregious ones, especially not recognizing birthright citizenship for children of
Quick
children
question.
Born in America. Okay,
Quick
go ahead.
pause right there. Things that are in the Constitution, are they this is a bad question. Are they easily overturned, or you got to have everybody in agreement, which he technically has now all branches of the government under him?
So the short answer is you cannot do something that's unconstitutional. Right? So the 14th Amendment guarantees birthright citizenship.
Yes.
He's saying that doesn't. His argument is that doesn't apply to illegal immigrants. Now that question.
So how the hell else would it apply? Where would it apply to if it's not
just people who are American, born in America, means that you're.
If you're already here and you're already born in America,
right? But if your parents come here, because like we know of. People
Yes.
who have come here to give birth to their babies, so that their babies automatically have citizenship.
Yeah.
That's not the thing anymore.
But if that's technically the loophole to that Constitution, how can he change it?
So it's about how you phrase that question, right? So if I want to steel man his argument or kind of play devil's advocate, you can say, all right, I'm not saying you don't have a right to citizenship being born here if your parents came here legally. So not necessarily your parents were born here, but they took, they're on H-1B1s or something like that.
90-day fiance license or something.
Exactly. I mean, but that question is going to be brought to the Supreme Court.
Let me ask, sorry, again, what exactly is an executive order?
So an executive order is essentially... So as president, so a lot of people don't know what the president does, and I'm not going to sit here and give a whole class on that, right? But the president is essentially the executive. Their primary job domestically is to enforce laws that Congress has, that has created. They enforce it. Congress gives them money. They decide how they're going to allocate that. They present their budget. They can say, this is how we're going to allocate the money that you gave us, right? So with an executive order, it's essentially the president saying, this is what I'm going to do inside the scope of my power. So as a president, you pretty much have wide latitude as far as the border, right? You have a lot of wide latitude as far as the border. So you can enact an executive order in regard to the border saying, I'm no longer going to allow people to use the Immigration Act, right?
But is that a law? Like when he signs an executive order, does that law go into effect?
It's not a law. It's literally what it is. It's an executive order. It's an order of the executive, which the order is essentially he's ordering the branch of government he controls to enact the policy in the way he wants it to be enacted.
Do they have to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
So they do have to do it. However, it can be challenged because it's not a law. Okay. So,
but nobody's really going to challenge it because the Democrats might challenge it, but they won't get anywhere because he controls all of the branches.
Democrats wouldn't necessarily challenge it. Special interests would challenge it. So the only people that can challenge it or sue are people that the courts determine have a interest in that, right? Like whatever that law is, it affects their lives, so they have standing to sue.
Oh, that's why the people who from this new program La Constellita is now suing Trump because they're saying that the executive order is unconstitutional and he can't make those things and he's overly racist.
Exactly. The difference between that and a law being enacted is very hard to challenge that. It's not impossible because you had, the majority of Congress, both houses of Congress, they agreed to these stipulations and the president signed it into office, right? So, regardless, it's very hard, if not impossible, to overturn a law. Okay. But an executive order can be, challenged and overturned. Yep.
He can change things that are in the Constitution?
No.
Okay. So
and that's what I was saying. So like this the 14th Amendment thing, right? he's going to have to pose the question. His office will have to pose a question in a way that doesn't violate the 14th Amendment as the Supreme Court understands it. Does that make sense?
So basically, what you're saying is that I just feel like he has a lot of power right now. Yeah. I guess. Like, I feel like he has a lot of...
Well, he's the first president to have this amount of power, though.
Well, what do you mean, Tristan? Say that. Can you explain that?
He has the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. Historically, this has never been seen before. This has never been happening.
That's the first time. That's happened before. You know, it doesn't. It especially when a president is elected, when they're popular, right? Like, you know, regardless of how we feel about him, a lot of people like him. I wouldn't say he won in a landslide, but you know, he definitely does hold all the branches of power right now. But again, presidents lose popularity throughout their presidency. There's a reason why he lost the way he lost the last time he ran, and there's a reason why people kind of forgot about that, and he won again. Like, it's very likely that many of the things he wants to implement, like the mass deportation plans that people are afraid of, like it's almost against the rules of physics. There's not enough planes in the world to put millions of immigrants on that plane and deport them.
And send them back.
There's not enough ICE agents. He's gonna have to hire illegal immigrants to deport illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna work like that. So it's very possible that a lot of the things that he promised his constituency, he's not gonna be able to. Oh, you can hear? I'm talking about that. We have to put it's daddy-daughter date today. But it's very likely that he's going to disappoint a certain amount of his constituency. You already see some of that with the gap between some of MAGA and Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be. One of the worst things that can happen to a politician is for them to win everything. Because you know, blame the other side, right? It's all on you.
Oh, that is very true.
And they do such a great job at it.
And I feel like that's not even true with this. Once they start to see everything unravel, the same followers are gonna be like, "That's because the Democrats set him up for failure."
Yeah.
Bro, you have everything. There's no way for you to fail
like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not really worried about those people. Like, those people will never change their minds, right? But like, just real quick, like looking at the numbers of the election, right? Like, there were a lot less people actually went to vote this past election than they did last election, right? That did not really gain that many new voters.
About 10 million less.
Really?
Yeah, and Kamala got much less than Biden did. So that means there was a lot of people that said, you know what? It's not worth it voting, right? I don't think Trump is really that bad.
Well, hold on now. That was 10 million Democrats that we lost because our people did not go out and vote.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those
Trump got pretty much the same, almost pretty much, probably make a couple of thousand off that he got last time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not worried about those people are like diehard Trumpers, right? But what I'm saying is that, like, the way he governs, he can end up motivating people to come out that didn't come out to vote against him, right? Or to vote against his Congress to make sure that there's some more checks and balances. That tends to happen, right? We do have midterms, which he could probably pay the price for, you know, whatever he's doing now. And then we have another election. He's not running again, right? So they don't have that Trump charisma to kind of fall back on. And outside of Trump, like, Republicans are kind of losers, right?
Yeah,
like,
they're kind of whack and weird.
It's weird. It's really weird. Like, Trump is cool. Like, I tell this to my people all the time, bro. I'd F with Trump. Like, Trump, if Trump wasn't running for president, like, I would love to, like, hang out with the dude and all the other stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 100% all the time, bro. Like, a lot of my friends, I would never vote for president because they would be dictators day one. I would be a dictator. Don't vote for me if I ever ran for president because I'm doing whatever I want, right? But it doesn't. I don't know. Like, the Republicans don't have that person that's coming behind Trump that can kind of gather that type of response. So, you know, we gotta hold our heads up. We gotta do whatever we can for these next 4 years.
Check your neck,
it's
son.
Unfortunate. I know of people. I have friends in Florida that help Haitian immigrants through that immigration app that many of them are stranded. They have like they don't. They're gonna get deported to Haiti, and they haven't been to Haiti in years. You know what I'm saying? So like it's and they have family here. They got kids that were born here. It's gonna be hectic. But this is what we voted. Not we, but the royal we. This is what we voted for.
America.
Well, Javi, thank you for that, because, I mean, we're going to be calling on you, obviously, a lot in the next 4 years to, kind of help us decipher some of this information in which we're receiving. But we'll get more into the executive orders that were signed and everything like that later on in the show. But for right now, be safe, America.
Yep. You and Los are our unofficial politics therapists.
Yes. Political therapist.
I hope I was helpful. I'm gonna try to be more positive next time. But thank you.
Bye, Journey.
Thank you. Bye, Journey.
Bye.
She say bye, y'all. All
right.
Yeah. So I mean, we just gotta wait it out. I guess that's what we have to do. We have to wait and see. I did see a comment yesterday that scared me, because everybody like, y'all voted for him, so I can't wait till y'all happen. He was like, y'all didn't vote for him, and you still gonna have to suffer the same shit that we voting for too. So y'all might as well get used to it too. Yeah. But I think that the people that didn't vote for him already have prepared their mind and their bodies to receive the struggle that we are about to receive. So it's gonna be a little bit easier for us to transition into the foolishness.
I think it's just gonna be so fascinating to see the people who did vote for him watch what they thought was going to happen not happen. And I think that's going to be very, very, very interesting.
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. More than 50 homes vandalized. So we talked about that in Cape Cod. 19-year-old duck hunter rescued after falling into frigid waters. That's good. I'm not sure why you guys are hunting duck in the middle of the winter.
And that was these birds got bird flu, so don't eat that.
Exactly. And now look at the bird flu that made you get the flu by getting into the water.
Look at that.
See what I did there?
How the bird flu works.
The commuter rails are having a little hard time dealing with the cold. The MBTA reports scads of problems on commuter rail lines into South Station this morning due to trains with mechanical issues and switches with unspecified issues. So I think it is very, very cold outside. 15-year-old with loaded gun was being ferried around Mattapan and Dorchester by another teen without a license.
Nice.
This is 15-year-old and two 15-year-olds.
He was being ferried around how?
They say they was in possession of a Glock 43 with an extended magazine containing 8 9mm rounds after they first stopped their driver, also age 15, for allegedly speeding up Blue Hill Ave in Mattapan in Dorchester. There are 15-year-olds speeding up Blue Hill Ave with Glocks and extenders.
Wait, can you get your license at 15?
You cannot. You can only get a permit.
Everything was so wrong in that story.
Like, the story is wrong.
This is a little reminiscent of that accident that was over there on
Morrison Boulevard with these children. Like, why you in the car? Why you got an extended magazine, a gun at 15? Who's harming you?
President Trump.
Massachusetts Attorney General picks her first fight, birthright citizenship. So that's what's going on right now. Among the flurry of executive orders issued by the new president today is one of the declares people born on America's soil are no longer automatic citizens because he says so. And Maura Healey is going to be fighting them because of that.
Good.
And a lot
Maura
of
Healey or Andrea Campbell.
Andrea Campbell. Another thing, there are several people from Massachusetts that what's the word? Something from something happening. That gained goodness because Donald Trump signed the executive order for the January 6 people.
Oh, yes.
And he either let them all go or commuted their sentences, making them shorter. As he promised, one of 47's first orders of business was to issue pardons or commutations for all the people who, at his direction, tried to overthrow the government of the United States on January 6, 2021. Among the failed insurrectionists were several people from Massachusetts, 3 of whom got lucky because they'll never spend any time in prison, 2 because their cases were still on appeal, the other because he was arrested so late in the process the judge never got around to sentencing him.
Oh, he didn't get around to it.
That were pardoned.
These are the people that were pardoned, yes. And then the other people that actually did go to jail, they are getting their sentences either shortened or released immediately.
And then on Biden's last day, he did something. I forgot what he did.
Biden's last day, he pardoned his whole family. They didn't even do nothing wrong. They're not criminals. They weren't in jail. Nothing. Biden pardoned most of his family members because he believes that when the Trump administration gets into office, they are going to target them and go after them. So just in case anything ever does happen to them, he was like, y'all all set because I signed the order. If we signing, we signing.
But Trump reversed some of Biden's orders.
He did.
So
he did.
That don't
so
even
this
matter.
one, it would, as long as they stay out of trouble and stuff like that, I believe that it will stay up. And I don't think he has any reason or things to. I don't know if anybody would object to him pardoning his family who has not become criminals. You know?
What if Trump decides that he wants to retry Hunter Biden?
Touche. I haven't even got an answer. I didn't even get some great white sharks were spotted on Massachusetts migrate to the Gulf of America and other interesting Gulf of America facts. I'm just going with the flow. He said he's going to change it. It is the Gulf of Mexico. I'm just going to start calling it the Gulf of America. Has a ring to it.
Did you see what the Mexican president said?
What?
She put up a map. She brought up a map, I believe, from 1629. And that was when America was Mexico, America. And he said, look, this, Mexico, America. Sounds nice, doesn't it? And it was basically...
Oh, yeah, I did. Yep.
I like how she flipped it.
Lawyer group set up local migrant immigration hotline. Go ahead.
How he could change the name? Do we own that?
No.
No, who owns it? Don't the world?
He can't
Don't it
change
just
it.
belong to the world?
He can't change it. No, it belonged to Mexico.
Okay.
In Panama.
So what the fuck?
It's delusional. This is our president.
I can't be here.
And then last but not least, what is today's date? The 21st. The speed bumpiest roads in Boston. Last week, as part of its safety surge program, Boston installed 13 more speed bumps on Arlendale Street and Jamaica Plain between the Parkway and the entrance to Allendale Farm, which turns out to also be the town line with Brookline. That's 13 speed bumps on roughly a half a mile of road. On the plus side, the slower speeds could reduce the odds of serious crashes and could give your passengers more time to enjoy looking at Curtis and Willard, the farm's two beefy boys.
Oh.
Because they're cows.
Oh.
13 speed bumps sounds excessive.
Especially
That's
back
right there. That's right there at Faulkner Hospital, right?
Yeah.
Allendale or whatever.
But I do know why they did that.
Because it's speedy.
No, they did that because that's where the El Puntos go in the summertime.
In the back there
All up in the back there. They cause hell. And then the police get stuck back there. Emergency vehicles. Yeah. So they was like
in the back of the Faulkner Hospital?
Yeah.
And you know what?
They find any area that has a little piece of space that they could turn up in.
Wow.
See, I wonder why they don't go up to Dedham. Dedham has so much open land.
They go everywhere.
Oh,
have you ever been to El Punto?
I want to go. This summer, we're going to find an El Punto and we're going to travel with them and do a vlog
you
or
gotta
something
come with
like
me
that.
because we too old for that. We'll get aggravated extremely quick.
What we got to do? Oh, we got to drive our own car?
It's basically they go to these like different points.
I saw the Snapchat how they tell it, and then what they do there.
And they wait till the police come, and then they get chased to the next spot or whatever, and wait there till that gets shut down. And that's what it is. It gets reckless because they're drunk. People are coming in and out of cars. They're doing tricks and stuff. It's crazy. We too old for that.
I'm tired already.
Me too.
Yeah,
and then the music be so loud. That's what my biggest concern is. Can y'all turn this down just a
That's
little
nice.
bit?
That's nice.
As I get older, it just seems like the volume of life is increasing.
Oh my gosh, my heat was so loud this morning. And I was like, I got to turn this down. I can't hear nothing. Jesus.
Mommy was talking to me in the car. She was talking to me in the car. The heat was on loud,
yes.
And then something else was happening, and I kept on hearing this voice. I thought she was on the phone until she finally was like, "Are you ignoring me?" And I'm like, huh? Turn the heat down because I can't hear you.
Yes, exactly.
Because of what?
Yes. That's exactly it.
Yeah, so there's mad speed bumps. I'm not really necessarily mad at the speed bumps. they're just annoying to cross over because it's like boom. You know, like I don't want to.
And
do
then,
that.
especially in the snow, there was it was like hard to see them, and not on some streets they have a sign right where it is.
Yep.
But then a lot of streets don't have it, so you don't necessarily know where they are, and it's just kind of surprising.
Annoying.
Speed humps.
Well, anyhow, people, that is the Round the Way news. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few moments. And we got more news for you guys. Boy, I tell you.
Yes.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. tax.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when this my heart died. And even though we both can't.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
I mean, I stop love how they gun them flex. The hand close and make a next gun flex. Me no stop love how they.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
Oh, this was a Oh yeah. Ba-dee-dee-doo. Do. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is Saucy and Friends in the Morning, and it's time for us to get into our national news with Miss Tode. Miss Tode, bust it down for us, girl.
So what has happened in the
did
world?
You bust it?
She dabbed.
Okay. You gotta do Elon Musk.
Oh, what a cornball.
Wipe her.
Wipe her.
Wipe her. Even though he's African. But wipe her. Well, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. He's still white.
It's a circus in there.
So what is going on? Donald Trump, yesterday, the people that most Americans voted for took office, and went ham. The story says all gas, no brakes. Donald Trump yesterday, President Donald Trump, after being in office for less than 24 hours, what did he do? He pardoned 1.5 thousand January 6 rioters. Yes, he did that. He proposed to terminate the recognition of automatic birthright citizenship yesterday. Day one.
Yes, he did.
He withdrew the United States from the World Health Organization.
Yes.
Withdrew us from the
No,
World
I think
Health.
I think for that one he removed America from it, so now we're just part of the WHO.
No, he removed us from the WHO. The World Health Organization is the WHO.
Oh, I thought they said just the name. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't know what that means. Maybe I don't know what that means. It sounds horrible to me. What else did he do? He revoked a 2023 executive order signed by Joe Biden that sought to reduce the risk of artificial intelligence poses to consumers, workers, and national security. He did that. He shut down CBP1, denying nearly 1 million migrants into the United States.
So this is an app. The CBP1 is an app that they created to help the migrant process for people who are already in line, so that they can set up their appointments and whatever. 1 hour before most people were supposed to get their appointment, he shut down the app and literally left those people where they are. Some of them have been waiting for months to get their app appointment. 1 hour before their appointment, they shut it down, shut down the whole app.
Yeah,
that's the way that.
Did that.
Okay.
He revoked protections for transgender troops set by Joe
Oh,
Biden.
he really did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, for this one, I particularly am more concerned with what the hell does it matter to you? Whom and what is fighting for the country in which you are serving?
Well,
Why?
Because the U.S. will only recognize two genders.
And that was another executive
male
order.
Male and female. That was another
we do have a shortage of troops in general. So the fact that you would do that.
The fact that you would do that, and I think that right after that, he's planning to eliminate them from the army in general.
Oh.
Wow.
So that we won't have you then you firstborns are gonna be okay, but everybody after that is got to saddle up.
So then Russia's gonna come and take over the United States, and we're all gonna have to learn to speak Russian because who we got to protect us?
Gotta stop doing that before I do the wrong one.
Who we got to protect us? That's crazy. Also, required federal workers to return full-time in person to work. Child, I had to check to see if my job was federal because I was like, let me decide if I'm quitting today or I'm going to wait until tomorrow.
That's what yesterday when I was reaching out to Sparkell's babysitter, she was like, my schedule about to change because I'm a federal worker. I gotta go back to work. And I said, oh, hell. God damn it.
Yeah, ma'am. There's more. He withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. He signed executive orders designed to spur American energy production, which is already at record level. He delayed the TikTok ban for 75 days. He declared that he'll rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. That's not all. Trump signed an executive order to restore the death penalty and to ensure that states have enough lethal injection drugs to carry out executions.
Yep.
He also rescinded Joe Biden's executive order that sought to lower prescription drug costs for Americans.
Sure did.
He did that. He did all of those things yesterday. I'm sure that there's more things that he did. Those are only the things that I've found so far.
I sent you something else of all the ones that he repelled.
Oh, repellent.
Yes.
All right. He was repelling.
So these are all of the orders that some of the orders that Biden put into place that he was working on.
So Executive Order 14006 of January 26, 2021, reforming our incarceration system to eliminate the House of privately operated criminal detention facilities.
That's he revoked that one.
He restoring faith in our legal immigration systems and strengthening integration and inclusion efforts for new Americans.
He revoked that one.
He revoked that. Establishment of the White House Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships.
Revoked that one.
These are ones that he's revoked.
All of the ones, yep.
Promoting access to voting, that was been revoked.
Revoked, yep.
Diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility to the federal workforce.
Revoked.
White House initiative on advancing educational equity, excellence, and economic opportunities for Hispanics.
Revoked.
Advancing effective, accountable policing and criminal justice practices to enhance public trust and public safety.
Revoked.
Wow. Further advancing racial equality and support for undeserved communities throughout the federal government.
Revoked.
And establishing the President's Advisory Council on Africa diaspora engagement in the United States.
Revoked.
Has also been revoked. All of those things have been revoked. How does he know that all of those things are there?
The white people that's actually controlling this country have been researching this for a long time, and I think they just put a whole bunch.
Project 2025.
Yeah, they just put everything together, gave him all of the list of things, and they said, "Here, just sign this. Sign this one too. Oh, this one's for black people. Sign this. Oh, Hispanics, sign this too. Take it off. Take it all off."
We do know that
we can sing goodbye.
Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Rick Ross, and somebody else had participated in the festivities yesterday. Amanda Seales dragged Nelly swimmingly for performing at Trump's inauguration.
Because Nelly is a boob.
Yeah.
Even Snoop, though. Snoop said that there was a clip that came out with Snoop.
God, that ended poorly.
Yeah, with Snoop saying that.
Let's get that into the entertainment, because I think I'm gonna put together that.
Trump signs executive orders proclaiming there are only 2 biological sexes, halting diversity programs. The White House officials grouped both orders under the Trump administration's wider Restoring Sanity agenda. President Donald Trump on Monday signed executive orders proclaiming that the U.S. government will recognize only 2 sexes, male and female, and ending radical and wasteful diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, including federal agencies. In a phone call Monday morning ahead of Trump's swearing in, senior White House officials detailed both orders, regrouping them under the Trump administration's wider Restoring Sanity agenda. The officials presented the gender orders as part of a policy defending women from gender ideology, extremism, and restoring biological truth to the federal government. The order aims to require that the federal government use the term sex instead of gender, and directs the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security to ensure that official government documents, including passports and visas, reflect sex accurately, one of the officials said. In 2022, the Biden administration allowed U.S. citizens to be able to select a gender-neutral X as a marker on their passports. The gender order will also prevent taxpayers' funds from being used for gender transition healthcare and add privacy in intimate spaces in facilities such as prisons, migrant shelters, and rape shelters, according to officials.
So if I am transgender,
no.
If you were
let me finish the damn question.
Right.
If I am transgender, Evans, go take a nap. If I am transgender, now that this executive order, if I'm non-binary, let's go non-binary. If I'm non-binary, I gotta pick one now.
Yes.
And what if I don't want to? What happens?
You have to. It's the law.
Do I get arrested? Are you gonna arrest me?
Maybe.
What is the charge?
You're gonna go to the sulfur camp.
What is the charge? Hey, what do you identify with? I'm non-binary. No, you gotta pick one. No, I won't. What do you arrest me on? What
you better bind to something.
Bind to something. So then when they arrest me and put me in the jail, they gonna make me check a box. What if I don't check one? They gonna check one for me based on how it. Then what happens? What happened? What gotta do?
I don't know.
What I gotta do?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
In other news, an angry husband said, "Dig this, boss," and bashes his wife's manager with a shovel after she complains. There's a video there of that. A fuming husband really dug himself into a hole after his wife vented about her boss, deciding the best handle on the situation was to whack the guy in the head with a shovel. It's all caught on camera. A man strolls into Machado supermarket in Brazil on Saturday, casually browses the shovels, picks his weapon of choice, and then ambushes the unsuspecting manager from behind with a vicious strike. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. The guy strolled around with the shovel for a while, waited for the manager to get distracted on his phone, and then struck, swinging hard directly at the victim's head. The suspect really dug in deep because the manager immediately dropped to the floor while a squad of store employees rugby tackled the suspect to the ground and waited for the police. The suspect's wife, who worked at the store, reportedly complained about this particular manager to her husband. The victim suffered injuries to his head and ear and sustained hearing loss. He was advised to file a statement at the station, and now police are investigating.
To be honest, that's the type of energy that you need to have out of a potential lover.
Yeah.
Because if we being real honest about it, a lot of the men's out here is too scared to defend their honor of their woman. And you got this man over here taking a shovel to his woman's boss because she was pissed off that day. And that's the type of protecting and leadership I want to see in my life.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's what I see, and that's what I want. That's what y'all gonna give to me.
There was a huge fire at a Turkish ski resort.
Oh, good.
It killed 66 people.
Jesus Christ.
And guests were forced to jump from windows.
Yeah, I saw this report.
You saw that? It says that fire at a ski resort hotel in Turkey's Bolu Mountains killed 66 people and injured 51 others, with guests forced to jump out of windows to escape. The fire began around 3:30 a.m. on the restaurant floor of this 12-story Grand Cartel hotel, with guests using bed sheets tied together to free from the burning building. Let me go and order my little ladder that you drop out the window.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna order that. Interior Minister Ali Yerlilika stated that there were 238 guests at the hotel, and an investigation is underway into the cause of the fire at the popular ski resort during school holidays. What else do we have here? Nelly responded to the backlash that he received from the, you don't want me to do that?
Entertainment.
Okay. Oh, because he's throwing them in here. Okay. What else do we have in the national news? And a woman sent her boyfriend 1,600 threatening messages before he was struck and killed. The jilted lover switched from platform to platform as he blocked her with her final message saying, "I warned you," just minutes before he was struck and sent flying 70 feet to his death by her best friend's car, who she convinced to help her make him hurt for not answering her phone calls. After a shocking collision left one man dead in his own front yard over the summer, police in Connecticut this week arrested the man's ex and another man she'd allegedly convinced to drive her to the ex's house. Kevin Gangle, 24, was found dead in his front yard just before noon on July 28th. He'd been hit so hard by a vehicle that he flew approximately 70 feet.
God damn, that's a lot of feet.
That's forever away.
They rocket launched him.
They did. His cause of death per the medical examiner was listed as blunt force trauma all over his body. Police believe the vehicle was traveling 32 to 38 miles per hour when it struck him. That's all, and it hit him that far?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ain't that they said that the next one that passed, and they were saying that he got hit by a car.
Trooper.
Mm-hmm. No.
State police.
Yeah.
Police officer.
The Karen.
Yeah, Karen
boyfriend.
Reed thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's his name?
What was his name again?
Who? Karen? The guy that
Karen Reed. Oh, John O'Keefe.
O'Keefe. Yes. It became apparent very quickly that this was no accident and was an intentional act. Abigail Whipple, 20, has been charged with conspiracy to commit manslaughter and accessory to manslaughter, as police believe she was behind the death of Gangle. Her longtime platonic friend, who they believe had romantic feelings for her, Logan Diaz Lapardo, 21, was hit with first-degree manslaughter charges with intent to injure and the grave risk of death, as well as conspiracy to commit manslaughter as the alleged driver of the vehicle that struck and killed Gangle.
Damn.
It's crazy.
70 feet is a
70
lot
feet.
of feet.
The car was only going 32 to 38 miles per hour. That's
so how did it hit him?
The bigger, the harder they fall. So you know.
Ooh, the last. What was she saying here? I warned you. She told him, "You're gonna hurt for this," and all kinds of things. She was making threats at him, and then they went over there and hit him. She said, "I want him hurt." His alleged response was, "Come to me, I'll hold you down." And then after being confronted with her message history, Whipple admitted to police, according to their first arrest affidavit, she may have threatened him, but I didn't mean nothing. Everything I said was out of impulsivity, she said.
No. Babe, you
Ain't nobody got time for that.
She hit him like how the coach hit the parent the other day.
Ran through him. Anyhow, that's the national news. There's nothing. That's it.
Something else happened in national news.
Tell me.
Oh yeah, Wendy Williams did a tour. We thought she was on one platform.
Yeah, she did Don Lemon. She did the Breakfast Club, and what else did she do?
She also did Harvey, and she also did
Who's TMZ?
TMZ, yeah. And that's what it was, but she did another platform.
Very interesting. I mean, this is how you, like, with a voice like hers, this is how you change the game. And she probably, if she can figure this out with the help of her family, she's probably going to save a lot of people and a lot of families struggle in hardship dealing with conservatorships. So, you know, like, I think that everybody should give as much platform to her as they possibly can.
I agree.
This has to be
about the
done.
situation.
Why?
Because the narrative that they're trying to spin is that it's still the same Wendy when clearly something is wrong. I don't think she should have control over her things. Now, who's controlling it, that might be a different situation. But I don't think that she could make decisions, you know. She can
I think that she is dealing with whatever diseases or sicknesses that she's going through. I just don't believe in the conservatorship system when you have active and right-minded family
Capable
that is
family,
fighting for the right to be able to take care of their family. I think that that's crazy.
I think in the court, I think that's one of the things they ask you. Like, I don't know.
But how come Britney Spears was able to allow her father to be her conservator?
I think it was her family that wanted to get the conservatorship.
But see, then I don't think that. So Wells Fargo is the one who started this whole Wendy thing. How come they were allowed to assign someone to her over her family? Like, even if they didn't want her son to do it, she has she has a mom. She has a dad. Well, he's 94. She has a sister. She has a lot of a niece who can take care of her. How come it's so hard for them to switch the powers of her conservatorship? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like that. I think it's just wrong. It's dead ass wrong. What else you got there?
That's it. I'm done with the national.
All right, we're gonna take another quick break, and then we'll come back with the entertainment news, and this is when it gets fun. So Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when this my heart died. And even though we both came.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Me no stop love how the girl them flex. The hand close and make a next girl face. Me no stop love how the...
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Spark FM Online.
Somebody come pick up the cat dad.
Number one. Give me some volume. Oh, I wanted that sexy one. I guess I can't have what I want here. Black Eyed Peas canceled 2025 Las Vegas residency due to current circumstances. What's the circumstances, Black Eyed Peas?
I want to know too.
What's the circumstance?
I don't know.
And then it goes straight to Donald Trump. So I don't know what the circumstances actually are.
Maybe it is Donald Trump.
I mean, maybe some of them is immigrants and they can't come to it.
No, they're not immigrants.
Black Eyed Peas cancel residency due to current circumstances.
Okay. Less than a month before the band's 15th show, residency was scheduled to kick off at the Planet Hollywood Resort. To our dearest Peabodys. Oh, is that what they Peabodys? The trio wrote January 19th on their Instagram stories. It was with heavy heart that, in light of current circumstances, our Las Vegas shows will not be moving forward as planned. Ticket providers, blah, 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 blah. What is the reason?
Looks like life is life.
Is it with the hologram? As for AI, our members of the group will be patched into every band member. Our member of the group will be patched. I don't know what it means. We don't know what's wrong with them or what happened to them. So that is, unfortunately, if you were planning on going to that, you cannot. Andre 3000 appears on Staying LA Wildfire Benefit album. Did he rap or did he flute? That's what I want to know, because I don't really want to hear the fluting. The music world has stepped up for Los Angeles wildfire relief in a number of ways, and now 100 or so more have chipped in to today, January 20th, Leaving Records has released a new compilation album titled Leaving Records Aid to Artists Impacted by Los Angeles Wildfires, which is available via Bandcamp. Among the artists contributing to the 98-track album are Andre 3000, Julia Holter, Reggie Watts, and Bree Jean, also many others. Who is Bree Jean?
I don't know.
Who is Bree Jean?
Billie Jean?
Who is Reggie Watts?
I'm Not Your Lover.
So you guys can go listen to that very long album, Staying. It's called Staying, Leaving Records Aids to Artists Impacted by Wildfires. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else on here that I would possibly know. No.
I did want to say this is a special note. Andre 3000's flute album was nominated for a Grammy.
What kind of Grammys?
Really?
I forgot
jazz?
what Grammy, but definitely.
Yeah, there's no other body back on this 98 track album that where they get all independent artists. Golly, I don't know none of these people.
But we gonna get familiar.
I don't know, Tristan. I don't know if we gonna get familiar. Sweets and Clank, Steve Roach, Aisha Vaughn, White Magic.
Where's it coming out of?
It's out of Bandcamp. It's on the platform Bandcamp. I'm not gonna go into this because I just don't know. I'm not sure how they got Andre 3000 on this in the first place, because he's literally the only artist that I know.
Oh, that's so this is a regional thing. So
okay.
Yeah. Like
so local artists and things.
LA, like California has a huge regional season, like region. A lot of people, a lot of rappers, and they support their own.
Oh, that's nice.
Hyphy rap.
Hyphy rap?
Oh, hyphy.
Oh, I like that. Hyper. What's hyphy mean?
I don't know what it means.
Physical.
Okay. Yes. But okay, so that is that. Andre 3000's on that. Joe Budden claims Drake is ruining hip hop with the UMG lawsuit. I think a lot of people have claimed that.
I agree with that, Joe Budden.
He says Joe Budden has ripped Drake for filing. Can we go to this? Has ripped Drake for filing a defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us," calling him a Karen who was ruining hip hop. The rapper turned podcaster aired his grievances with the Bombshell suit on the latest episode of his Epiphany show, adding to the chorus of criticism aimed at the Sixth God for taking legal action in a rap beef. During lengthy and scathing segment, Budden accused Drizzy of being a hypocrite over his claim that UMG incited a 2024 shooting at his Toronto home, as well as multiple trespassing incidents by promoting "Not Like Us" and its threatening lyrics.
I didn't know about the shooting, did I?
I think so. Yep. We covered it. When Drake and I got into whatever we got into, and then fans showed up to my house, we incentivized that. We cheered them on. We put them on public platform. We applauded that behavior, he said. He also criticized Drake's tough guy persona by saying, "You at the game running around with this N-word that has been threatening Kendrick, saying, I'ma kill you, I'm a XYZ," referring to fellow Canadian rapper Top 5, who recently beat a murder case and threatened to shoot Kendrick if he comes to Toronto. You know how you running around with, and you know what you doing, and no, go to the thing, because I can't.
So I don't have the, it's a long thing. It's
Oh,
a whole
okay.
video.
Yeah, well, unfortunately. What's that one right there? 2.
Which one?
Go down. Right there. 2:15. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's 50 Cent and whatchamacallit. But yeah, that's what he said. And I'm glad that people I would like more rappers to call Drake out on this.
Yeah.
Like all the battle rappers and everybody that's ever been in a rap beef, both Jay-Z, Nas, everybody that has ever been in a rap beef needs to come forward and say this is just not how we do things here.
He's even suing the influencers, Kai Cenat and them.
Huh?
He's even he's suing some of the influencers.
Oh, yep. Kai Cenat, Drake. He's saying that UMG paid their platforms to promote the music on their platform. This is my question though. Does anybody hear that song and honestly feel like Drake is a pedophile?
I don't think so.
I thought it was a cool lyric to put in there because it's a battle.
Rap beef.
Just make stuff up and make people think a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't. For 1 minute, that song didn't influence me to think that Drake was anything still but a little soft.
You're doing light skin.
A little soft. It's terrible. It's terrible. Chrissy Teigen calls for government to cut off all social media. I agree. So this is something that we need to talk about too. So Friday night around 10 p.m., TikTok went down.
Yep.
By the following Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon at some point, TikTok was back up.
Yep.
So the Congress and everybody who voted to ban TikTok said that would be the day. Biden decided that he was going to leave TikTok to the Trump administration, but Congress was like, no. TikTok came through and TikTok was like, nah, we just going to black out. We're going to shut it out. We're not waiting for nobody. We shutting it down.
But with a thank you to President Trump.
Yeah. So but then on Saturday morning when it came back up, they came back with a push notification as soon as you open the app to thank Donald Trump for bringing back the app and working with them.
Oh.
When they were down, they were thanking him too.
Yes. Yep. Well, we're working with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But what does it say? They're working with Donald Trump to try to figure things out. And by the next morning, they was back up thanking Donald Trump.
Yep.
And I was reading, reading the what's happening or trying to figure out what's happening. There's a lot of people pretty much saying that what's going to happen now with these 3 oligarchs pretty much, Elon Musk, Bezos,
and
Zuckerberg, and now this Chinese CEO man with TikTok are all literally going to pretty much control the algorithm and what we see on social media, giving more accolades and stuff to Donald Trump and his presidency, and probably shadow banning or, deleting all the rest of the other people who are the liberals who are going against them. So this is something that we do need to pay attention to, and you guys gotta watch what you read and watch what you're watching, because there's probably going to be a lot of things in there pointed towards conservative ideologies that you guys need to pay attention to.
They're absolutely going to weaponize it
to
their advantage and spread all their freaking lies and rumors and trash that they love doing.
One of the other things that that Donald Trump did at his inauguration was thank Elon Musk for his
I like that inauguration.
What is it?
Inauguration.
Thanked Elon Musk for his voting machines.
Yeah.
And he said that he knows so much about all the voting machines in Pennsylvania and things like that. And he really wanted to thank Elon Musk for making sure, that he won the presidency pretty much. So, Donald Trump is literally telling us that he stole the election and we're not going to do anything. You don't see us over there insurrecting. You don't see us doing it. When we should, but we not. Because we don't do that.
We should.
We don't uphold any laws here, except for when he makes them.
Yep.
Keeping it moving, Travis Scott debuts 4x4 Live. Merch proceeds to support Wildfire. That's very good for him to do.
Travis Scott?
Yes.
He performed at the college football halftime yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yep. And right after his performance, then he released some new merch.
And it sold out in 1 second or something?
It usually does. So he released a single for the song that he performed because it was a new song. And he released something else. What was the other thing that he released?
Travis Scott's debut 4x4 merch, 4x4 Live, and merch proceeds to support wildfire response.
In Black Excellence, boy. In Black Excellence, SZA and Keke Palmer's movie, One of Them Days, produced by Issa Rae, that came out and hit the waves amazingly.
Where did
it's in the movies.
Oh, it's in the movies. Okay.
And I think they said that they opened up with a $12 million opening day on a $14 million budget for the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That movie, I saw the trailer for it maybe last week, and I was like, this looks like one of them classic 90s movies.
Yeah, they said that it's reminiscent of like a Friday or something like that. So Mufasa keeps crown as Keke Palmer. One of Them Days beats Wolfman in box office. Heading into the long weekend, that was last week. One of Them Days opened at number 2 on the higher end of expectations with $11.6 million from North American venues over the weekend and $14.2 million through the extended Martin Luther King holiday frame. Against a trim of $14 million budget, the well-reviewed funny film is shaping up to be a major commercial win for Sony. Meanwhile, Wolfman debuted below forecast in third place with $10.9 million from a 3,000 plus theaters over the weekend and $12.5 million through the holiday on Monday. The movie cost just $25 million to produce. For that one, Wolfman is not doing as good as it should. Overall, it's among the slowest MLK holiday weekends on record, with roughly $100 million across all films in theaters. So, good for them. Are you guys excited? I want to see it in the movies, but I think that I'm not gonna get there probably. I don't think I'm gonna go, but when it come out, I'm definitely gonna watch it and give it mad views. Trinidad Killer back in the news again. The big controversy was that from last week, trending all last week, is that he jumped on the Big Links rhythm without permission, had a pretty dope song that went with it, but because it wasn't cleared by the producer or whatever, it wasn't an official one, there was big controversy and bacchanal. This week, I guess he got another rhythm, put it on that. It now has a feature from Nicki Minaj as well, and the song goes harder than it did before. So I don't know what the lesson here is. What's the lesson?
stir some ish up, and you might be headed for greater things.
The same thing happened with Yankee Boy. Remember, there was a big controversy about Vybz Kartel performing in Trinidad Friday for Trinidad Carnival on Friday night. And it was a big thing. Yankee Boy decided that he was going on a hunger strike in lieu of no dance hall and carnival. Now Yankee Boy is now going to be on the stage with Vybz Kartel for Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
So is it that when you make a fuss over something and you throw a tantrum and all kind of stuff, you might just do better than what you originally planned? I'm down with it. I'm about to throw a tantrum right after this.
Throw it.
I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna go live. Everybody, I'm gonna go live at 11:07. As soon as we get out of here, I'm going live to complain.
Yeah.
And Nicki Minaj better call me
for a feature.
Yeah. on my song.
The rhythm is exploding though, very fast. I'm hearing it almost every day now.
This one?
Yeah.
What is this?
Big Links rhythm.
No, this is not Big Links.
Not this one. This is the remix.
So in this case, what happens? Like, do we forget about last week and we just focus on this week?
So they deleted the other one.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. So if people have that, kind of like a classic, a rarity.
Oh wow.
Okay. Remix, mix. I like it. So big shout out to him.
But shout outs to anybody that's down in Trinidad and Tobago. The music has been very nice this year for the 2025 carnival season. Which about half of my family is leaving me here. While they go in the hot sun baking and whining and sweating and having fun. But it's okay.
That is exactly what that is exactly what we are going to do.
Y'all gonna do, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
I am. I gotta start working on my knees.
Oh.
Nobody
Me
asked.
too. My knees are so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got this bad, but my knees are really bad.
Y'all should have been start working.
Starting on the 25th.
No, because I feel like if I had started too early, then I wouldn't be fresh.
What?
What?
Say.
What?
Tell us what
you have to be fresh for the.
You gotta be fresh, sexy.
Fresh for the winery.
Oh man.
In here is just a couple of things that we've been talking about. It's the Elon Musk salute. If you want to go see that, because we are now under Nazi law. That is there. And then Nelly, let me see. We're gonna hear Nelly's explanation about why he performed.
Where you put it?
The top one, yeah. Okay. Why he performed at the inauguration.
All right, here goes Mr. Elon Musty.
Musty Lawn.
All right.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
And nobody thought that was there's all the snipers was off yesterday.
Boy. And there's a recap under here of Nelly's performance, but I was more so concerned with Nelly explaining himself as to why, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to give Nelly any more platform to speak foolishness. He pretty much said that he respects the office of the presidency and he won, and it's an honor to perform for the president. And regardless of how we feel about him, he is the president and we need to respect him. Everybody needs to respect him.
Because if the troops can go and give their lives for America,
yes,
he can perform at the inauguration.
Yes.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we presented that so much more eloquently than Nelly did.
Yeah, women make better choices.
Nelly's
if I
first
was
song
Ashanti, I would be so embarrassed.
Nelly's first song.
That's what you did. We just got back together. This is why I left your ass in the first place.
Here it is.
Bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices, and I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done.
But you do. What have you done, Nelly? It just doesn't make any sense. I want, when we defending foolishness, to have some proper talking points in order to help our argument. That's all I ask. A little couple of notes
though, like a D-list artist at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean,
you're right.
I said, I was gonna say, you said something about the way he said it. I'm saying his first song was
Country Grammar.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that Nelly is a supporter of Donald Trump, regardless of the presidency. He pegs me of that, of somebody of that. He probably didn't say. He was like, I didn't say nothing during the campaign because blah blah blah. Because you wanted to make sure that he won first before you said it.
Yeah,
you didn't want no
I can see Nelly
backlash.
being one of those people. Who are like, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, because she's black.
Yep.
And she didn't do nothing in the presidency.
And she sent black men to jail for foolishness like that.
Yes, absolutely.
You want to close out the show showing a couple of video clips of
Embrace. Yes, this was the Embrace Gala. I want you black people to start coming out to these nice events and enjoying yourselves and networking and mingling and mixing with people and have a good time, because that's what we out here to do. Who said black people wasn't in Boston? We out the side. Yeah,
everybody
buddy.
was nice, man.
Okay,
Tito
Mari
Jackson
and Tito.
Paris Jeffers.
We are done here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We have Bobby Steele's up next, followed by Jaquetta, who has some really great guests on her show today, and lots more news, information, and music coming up. Keep it locked right here to Spark FM Online. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
Doing the #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come